Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ahmed, one of the Revit trainer here. Revit, one of the trainer. There is another one more trainer there. So today we're going to start a Revit sessions. I will be giving you a small introduction about our program. So you also can ask any questions related to this. I will be answering those questions. So let me start. Okay. We have a program which is a BIM. You know, normally I need to explain about the BIM, what is BIM it is, and what is our program depends on. So when it comes to building construction technology and building constructions, there are several disciplines are there, like we call them architecture. So in building construction, there are several disciplines are there. We call them architecture, and MEP services are there. So these services are, we're going to do it in a single model or a single applications. For that, we're going to use a Revit applications. Revit is one of the applications, released by the Autodesk. Autodesk is the owner of the company, owner of this one, and they are releasing so many products on the industry. More than 50 products are there, but one of the product is what? Revit. You may be familiar with another application which is the AutoCAD. AutoCAD also is released by another application. Okay. Now let me introduce about what is BIM, and then we will talk about the Revit program here. So I have a lecture here to show you about what is BIM it is. All right. Actually, BIM is a building information modeling. That is a full form of the BIM. Actually, it is collection of collection of tools. There are so many applications used in the BIM. There are several applications are there. There are many applications we are using in the Revit programs. So BIM is a collection of tools or digital process. We call them digital process. See highlighted over here, which is a digital process. Actually, it is a digital process used by the stakeholders. What are the stakeholders? Are their architecture, is their engineering, or any other construction industries, to create a design and visualize and simulate and manage the building and infrastructure. Actually, you can do the building as well as the what? Infrastructure using the Revit program or in the BIM. BIM is used in the building construction as well as the infrastructure. Either it can be a civil project or any of the infra projects. for all of them, we use a BIM. BIM is a very vast area. It's a very big area. I'm going to show you in which level we're going to talk about the BIM in a while. Okay, earlier, unlike a traditional, earlier we were using a 2D models where you are preparing only one two-dimensional, which is a length and width, where we don't consider about the height or three-dimensional. We just consider only two-dimensional, which is a length and width. We were preparing those drawings using our AutoCAD programs. So we does not get the realistical view, and we couldn't extract the related information about the materials and calculations and project scheduling as well as the progress status. We couldn't extract from the AutoCAD. So we were using only 2D dimensional drawings. The Autodesk has introduced a BIM related tools to the industry, and then it became very popular. So BIM is just not a software. So BIM is not just a software. Actually, it's not just like you can't say BIM is a software. Actually, it's a collective or collectively a collaborative process that allows the architect, engineers, and contractors to work together efficiently. I'm going to show you this an example scenario. I hope to explain this. I have placed an example scenario. So the first, in building construction, several steps are there. Those steps we call as what? LOD. We call them LOD. You may sometime already heard about the word called LOD. It's a level of development. Level of development. When it comes to BIM, there are several level of developments are there, which is known as LOD 100, LOD 150, sorry, LOD 100, 200, 300, 350, which is 400, and in last, which is 500. I'm going to tell you what are these LODs right now. I will be explaining those LODs. So, building information model categorized into these major LOD groups, level of developments. This is known as LOD. So I already have a separate notepad. I will be sharing these materials on your WhatsApp group. You also can have this copy of these materials. So as I told you, it's a level of development. So as I said here, LOD 100, 200, 300, 350, and 400 and 500. So the first step in the BIM, they call it what? Conceptual design, which is known as LOD 100. LOD 100. So it's just like, as I said, an example scenario here. Normally, this is a conceptual design where it doesn't have exact information about the model. We don't prepare the exact measurement for the model. Or you are now say you are agreeing with the client. That's a client requiring a shopping mall, or he wants a residential building, or he wants something else. So you just design them, but there is no exact dimension of the building. There is no particular detail about it. It's mostly by the architect. The LOD 100 must be designed by the architect or interior designer are designing the elements, complete element of the building, and show it to the client to get an approval of the project. There is no detailing. When I say Google about it, conceptual design, I'll just go to Google. So I'll say conceptual design. Okay. When I look at the building conceptual design, because it's a common word. So building conceptual design, something like a building conceptual design, where it doesn't have a more detail about the building. It is to show to the client and get an approval to start the process of the work. Okay. For this, the interior designers use several applications. Now, let me talk about the tools they're going to use for this. The tools they're going to use it. I can say for conceptual design, They can use a software called, you may heard about the SketchUp. SketchUp is very popular in designing conceptual designs. And some companies uses what? 3ds Max. And some companies use what? Blender. And also they use another application is what? ArchiCAD. ArchiCAD. I can list so many applications which related to the what? Conceptual design. So using these applications is either architect or interior designer design their building elements and show it to the client and get an approval. As I said here, with a general shape and value, but there is no specific detail about the material, size, or exact placement. So the architect is presenting the initial concept design of a shopping mall, and the model consists of what? Simple 3D, representing the building forms and footprint and height. There is no detailed elements such as like door, windows, or material. Only the purpose is to get an approval from the client. And second is what? LOD 200. They are going to develop a little bit more detail about the project. So they're going to give you the what? Schematic designs. They're going to say in the building where we're going to have a plant room, where we're going to have the mechanical shift rooms, or where we're going to have elevators, where is the exit point, which is the elevator staircase areas, which is a common area, where we are highlighting what certain elements in the building, which is known as what? Schematic design. So we are going to tell about the location of some services and quantities, but still it doesn't have what? More detail. There's no more detail. You know what? The schematic design done by the consultant companies is once the architect got an approval from the client to start the project, it will be given to the one of the consultant company to start the project initiations. So they will be designing the what? Schematic designs for that particular project, which is got approved from the client. So this is a schematic design. This is a schematic design, but still it doesn't have a further detail about the what. Still, based on this schematic design, can you build a building? Actually, cannot. You need to prepare a what? IFC drawings, issue for construction.
Exactly.
Construction. That level is we call as what? LOD 300. LOD 300, which is a construction documentation. So where the consultant will select the main contractor. The consultant will select the main contractor as a subcontractors to build the building. Therefore, the main consultant will issue the IFC drawings to the contractors. So they will be preparing a detailed design. There will be a detailed design. But still, that IFC drawings will not help them to do it in a site work. They have to prepare our shop drawings. That sub drawings we call them as what? LOD 350 and coordination or class reductions. So you have to send the drawings to the site where the class free drawings or coordinated drawings to the site installation of your elements. So LOD 350 talks about what additional connection and support interface between them. It is mainly used for what class detection and coordination. As I told you here, I was highlighting here for LOD 100, which is a conceptual design, SketchUp, and these subclasses. But for the schematic designs, most of the consultant companies use what? CAD, or sometimes they use in what? Revit also. They use Revit also. Okay, they use Revit. Where are they using a Revit mostly? Where in the what? Detailed design. Detailed design. When they want to issue the IFC drawings to the main contractor, actually they will be preparing the drawings as where in a model base. For this, they're going to use a software called what? Revit. They will be using a Revit. And all the subcontractor or any other subcontractor or suppliers will be preparing the other related shop drawings. Actually, it is a shop drawing. We can call as a shop drawing. These shop drawings are prepared what? Using Revit. Using Revit. And if they want some details, they may use what? The CAD. They will be using
Example for schematic design.
example for schematic design. Let me show you, for example, here, LODs. I'll say LODs, level of details, level of development. I'll type it as what? LF, level of development. Okay. Okay, look at this image here. I'll take an image here. There, see, this is LOD 100 is what? Pre-design and schematic design, design development, preparing construction document and sub-drawings. This is known as what? Fabrications, construction stage, and this is as what? As built. Schematic designs is. Schematic designs mean what? You will tell the exact location of the major points of a building. You will be highlighting where will be your mechanical drawing, mechanical plant rooms, sit rooms, and actually that is to be highlighted, and based on that the other systems is to be designed. You need to show where the HVAC plant is, the highlight the plan, and from that you will be developing a detailed drawing for where you are, and things like that. You know, where will be the FC unit, and then duct systems and everything. You will do it. You will draw it in the what? IFC. And for site installation, you will be preparing by what? Sub-drawings. And then you will be doing a fabrication works. There will be separate fabrication works to build the what? Any board or elements or connectors and things like that. The fabrication, there will be a fabrication team fabricating these elements and bring into the site. So that drawing is called as what? Fabrication drawings. And finally is what? As-built drawings, is where you are preparing the complete set of the drawing and handing over to the either to the client or to the what? The facilities management companies to run the building, either to the operator. So that is which one? LOD 500, LOD 500, or we call them facilitated drawings. So what I'm trying to tell you, there are several stages in what? In BIM. In a while, you will be understanding our program is going to approach in which area. Okay, by the end of the lectures, you will be understanding which portion we're going to highlight here. Okay. As I told you here, there are several BIM tools are there. You know, the BIM major tools is the constructions and they apply applications. The most popular tool is what? Revit. When everyone talks about the BIM, they always depending on what? Revit. You know, more than 70% of the part which is handling Revit. Revit is handled because where you can what? Merge all your stakeholders into a one platform. It can be an architect company, or either any party, either mechanical or HVAC or structural. All of them can work together in a single model. So therefore, you can merge them all of them where in one model. Therefore, they use it what? Revit. So Revit is the one most widely used in the BIM tool for 3D modeling and design collaboration and construction documentations. So BIM, in the BIM, Revit is one of the portions, But other than that, there are several other applications also is available, which is a Navis work, which is known as what? Navis work. Navis work will help you to do the class direction and coordinations. You are not going to do any design work there. You will be exporting your model from the Revit model to where? To the Navis. There is nothing to do in the Navis, only do the class directions and address the problem and coordinate with your what? You will be preparing, request for information. What is that? Request for RFI. Very good. The word called in construction stream we are using RFI. So we will be identifying what? We will be identifying the clash direction on the model and raising the what? RFIs to the what? Either to the main contractor or someone else. So that negotiation to be going to happen in what? Navis work. So where the people who works as a BIM coordinator, the people who works as a BIM coordinator, always involved in what? Novice work. Okay, in the field of you going to become an BIM coordinator, is mandatory to you to know about what? Novice work. Because you're going to address your problem to the client or a contractor through what? Novice work. You will be raising these RFIs through the novice work. You're not going to raise the RFIs through the Revit. So Revit is where there are people who is designing, like people who works as a BIM modeler, either architect BIM modeler or electrical BIM modeler or either mechanical BIM modeler. The coordinator will collectively extract those information and put it in the novice model and prepare the class detection and write it either to the consultant or the subcontractor. So that is another tool which is used in novice to prepare the class detection and the coordination. Tekla is, you may heard about the Tekla, where the major structural companies, prepare steel work. To do the steel work in a building, you may have some steel or roof works or concrete steel works. You may have it. So Tekla is mostly for what? Structure, where analyzing the load balancing on a building, where how much the load is going to carry the building, and how do you take it to the ground level, to the ground. So the load calculation and distribution system and structural designs are done by what? Tekla. Another application is what? Tekla. Tekla is being coordinated by both three about two applications. You can synchronize the data to the Revit, and also the data can be synchronized back to the Tekla. Also, you can export it. So this is a integrated integrated one-to-one integrated. So this is now what? Tekla. So if your company structure companies, basically in the stakeholders are there. No? So if your company taking part of a project is a structural part is your focus, so you'll be using mostly. But still, can I do the structure in the Revit? Of course, you can do it in the Revit, but doing the load calculation and analyzing load, but structural load analyzing is much easier when compared to the Revit to Tekla is more easier, as my knowledge. Okay, it's more easier in the Tekla. So it's another popular tool where in the BIM industry using Tekla. Okay, another one is what? Bentley. So Bentley, synchro is like 40, which is used in the what? Both synchronized purposes, construction scheduling and time simulations to prepare a construction scheduling and time simulations. So this will help them to what? Schedule construction schedule to visualize the project progress over time. This is one of the tools, but there is another popular tool in maybe they are using project management. When it comes to project management, they use a Primavera to do the project scheduling. So that Primavera, some companies, I understood many companies are using Primavera, not the Bentley. Bentley, I found that some of the consultant companies like Parsons, they're using what? Bentley applications in that industry. But other majority of the companies are using what? Project Primavera to prepare what? Their project scheduling progress over time. And also there is another one, Trimble Connect. I don't want to explain one by one, but I will be sharing this material with you. I don't want to go one by one because there are a lot of what applications are there. There are so many applications. I just listed only few of them here. For example, the last one, 10th one is what? PostX is another application where you will be exporting your Revit model, or you can also integrate your Revit model into the what? PostX. It's easy for you to work to take a quantity takeoff. So a quantity saver is working on a commercial project. So he can do what? He can import the Revit model which he designed into the PostX, which automatically what? Extract the material and the quantities and generate the what? Cost estimations. So helping the client stay within the budget. So see how powerful this tool is. So someone, your BIM modeler is going to work on the project, and the quantity saver only just collect the project and put it in on the course text, and he can easily extract the data. But earlier we were taking a BOQs, bill of quantities or something, or a BOQs. There will be several draft managers working for 1 month and 2 months to collect the data. But now, taking a quantity takeoff in a particular model, it's easy. Simply a command, extract the data. Just you need to go and extract the data and prepare the table. And in a while, system will prepare that particular schedule, and you can compare them. So there's a powerful tool for that. So it is also one of the tool which is used in the BIM. So I hope you understood about how vast the BIM it is, but where we are going to talk about it. So I'll give you one more small all about the BIM. So when it goes to BIM here, there are several applications. I listed about 10 applications. Other than that, I'm going to show you one more things. So these all of them is almost is what mostly recognized applications. These all of them is what mostly recognized applications. Now the one that I show you is what? R. The one that you see is R, and there is what? Picture. There is Fusion. There is Inventor. There is 3ds Max. There is Solidity. There is data management applications. There are Dynamo. This is called as Dynamo. This is Flax. This is Python programs too. This is Reno. Yeah. So there are several applications are there, but some of them I don't know. I also don't know. But this is the Navis code. There are a lot of applications are there. There are a lot of applications are there. So it's a collections of tools. This is what I'm telling. BIM is what? Collections of tools. You can't just say as a Revit. You cannot just say BIM is Revit. No, BIM is not Revit. It's part of what? BIM. It's a part of BIM. Okay. Now, to become a BIM related position, there are, BIM modeler is there, BIM coordinator is there, BIM manager is there, So to become a BIM modeler, you have to either choose what? Any discipline. Either you're going to become an architectural BIM modeler or electrical BIM modeler or whatever, structural BIM modeler. Based on that discipline, you will be learning it to become a BIM modeler. To become a BIM coordinator, you need to know all these disciplines as well as the what? Coordination works. Now it works. To become a BIM coordinator. But to become a BIM modeler, BIM manager, and you need to know what? International standard, ISO standard. That talks about what? International standard about, we call them, there is a BIM theory. There is a BIM theory modules, which talks about what? International standard. There are several international standards, which is ISO standards are there. So, like for example, when it comes to ISO, there is a 19,000 what 650, which talks about the ISO standard. So BIM project management is. So these all of here, everything is what? Theory. Is everything? Theory. You're not going to learn about what? Software tools or nothing. There you're going to learn about what? How do you handle a BIM project? How do you handle a BIM project? To become a BIM manager, you need to do what? Some certain examinations. Okay. The link is on my computer. So there is British standard examinations are there. So that examination you have to do it. Yeah, this is the company. So here is group accept keys. So in their product standard, training and consulting, BIM training. You can see BIM training. This is a British standard. There is British standard, which is known as what? ISO 19,650. So they have all the courses. For example, here you see here they have courses like what? which is a construction and building, and also this is a fundamental training, and this is a part 1 and part 2, part 3 programs. Is part 4 they have it. But to become a BIM manager, you have to complete what? All of these, and you have to make this payment and get certified. Actually, you will be getting international certificate on it. You will be getting an international certificate. To become a BIM manager, normally the company hiring a BIM manager, they used to expect what? These certifications, so globally recognized certificates. You have to get it to become a BIM manager. To become a BIM manager. So, become a BIM manager, you need to learn both the Revit program. I mean, any of your discipline as well as the novice group. You need to also learn about what? The theoretical part. The theoretical part. The theoretical part is covering introduction to BIM theory, what is BIM, basic and concept, BIM software, what are the different type of software, BIM life cycle, and learn about the stakeholders, BIM standard, and BIM dimension and integration data, what is 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, and 7D, what are these, talk about it, and collaborations, coordination and class. This is a theory I'm talking about it. BIM execution transfers, digital twins, BIM and digital. There are the modules as you need to discuss about BIM project management, sustainability and smart cities, and innovation and future trends, and things like legal considerations and construction framework. Actually, it's a subject topics as I have said. So you have to learn this one in very detail, and for that you need to follow one of these courses here and get certified. That then you can apply for a position of what? BIM managers. BIM managers. So there are some other recognized institutions are there offering some BIM courses. Then in Qatar, there are some universities taking a BIM courses about 4-year program, 4 years program to complete the BIM course. What I'm talking about completely, per year you have to pay about 36,000 Qatari riyal, and you need to complete for what? 4 years program. And other than that, there is another one institution for 2 years, but online studies, you have to do it online studies. Per year is like 45,000 riyal, something like that. 2 years you have to pay to complete the BIM degree level programs. Okay, so I hope you understood about the BIM stages. We normally notice our students who used to come for our classes. I'm coming for to learn about BIM. I'm coming for what? To learn a BIM. Everyone talking about BIM. I'm coming to learn about what? BIM. So I always tell them that BIM is actually a very vast area. It's a degree level program. We are having a 4 years program in the universities, and some other private universities is conducting a 2 years program. That is not the one we are going to talk about for the next 3 months. No, we are not going to talk. We are going to talk about it, but which is one of a tool which is used in the BIM, which is a Revit program, where you can become either BIM modeler in the disciplines of either architecture or structure or BIM or related fields. So maybe I'm not sure about your backgrounds and all. So if you people are coming in different disciplines, here it's going to help you. Okay, you have come for a quantity surveyor to learn the Revit program here. It's going to help you to what? Extract the data of your model. The people who come as a draftman, it's going to help him to prepare what? 3D related models. The people who come as a different position as a manager is going to help you to extract or manage the models. So Revit is going to help you in all scenarios, but it is mandatory you to what? To learn in the field of what? BIM. In the field of BIM, Revit is a major portion which is covering the BIM areas. So major popular tool, the Revit. Okay. Do you have any questions, sir? What I'm discussing now? Clear? There is small presentation, but this presentation is a very big presentation where we are doing BIM classes. If you want to do that, the BIM here in Doha, even we also conducting that film courses. The complete portions here that this module we have this module to conduct here. This is a film, which is a totally a 3-month program. This is a 3-month program, 30 hours programs to cover these 3 stages. And you will be offered by what? MOI attested certificates. This is separate. I'm talking about theoretical. So we're not going to talk about any software. Okay, this is different. But to learn this, you need to have a knowledge about what? Revit and knowledge work. Revit and knowledge work. Because we're going to learn this one by extracting the information from the what? Revit as well as the what? Knowledge work. So during these lectures, we will be explaining you how to extract the information and coordinate them either to the top level of your management or bottom level of your management. How do you coordinate them? That is the theoretical part that you're going to discuss in this syllabus. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you what we're going to learn it here. So we're going to use the Revit tool here. We're going to use the Revit tool. During our program, we'll be explaining you preparing architecture as well as the what? MEP drawings. Architecture and the MEP drawings. We will be introducing you a little bit structure. So I'm telling honestly what we're going to do it. Okay, we're going to talk about major portion of your architecture as well as the MEP. But we are not going to talk about very deeply what structure. No, we're going to talk about introduction to the Revit. Structure. We're going to use a structure. Mostly we are involving architecture as well as the MEP. All right. So, such like services, such like installation of this MEP drawings and preparing such like drawings will be helping you to prepare this type of drawings during our lectures. Either it can be electrical room or mechanical plant rooms. So we'll be explaining you how to do that. All right. So in this case, this is our lecture outline for architecture as well as the what. So in architecture, we'll be giving you about. We will be introducing about our Revit. Let me open the Revit. So first, we will introduce about our Revit and creation of and managing how to create a projects here and preparing the wall elements or building elements. Either it can be a wall, floor, roof, and preparing doors and windows. And how do you prepare what? Curtain walls and staircases, and complex or preparing any roof or ceilings. And we'll explain you do the what? Annotations, either dimension or annotations or schedule and preparing legends. And how do you collaborate or coordinate this one with another service? Okay, you have prepared architecture or drawing. There is another one of your college has prepared the what? Mechanical drawing. So you want to coordinate both of them, which is known as collaboration and coordinations. We will be explaining this one based on the Revit model. And also we'll teach you how do you render the material or render the project that you prepared it using our basic rendering tools. There are so many basic rendering tools are there. We will be discussing those rendering tools during this lecture. And then the second portion of our subject module is what? MEP. So in this MEP, we will be talking about how do you set up a new MEP project and do the HVAC system or a piping system which is related to the mechanical. And also we will be talking about electrical system, where power distribution, either it can be small power or what high voltage power, as well as the lighting systems. And we will be discussing about plumbing services. There will be a water supply and drainage systems. So how do you design this plumbing and water supply services? Also, we'll talk about what? Fire fighting or fire protection systems, or fire fighting or fire sprinkler systems. And those MEP systems will be how do you annotate them, how do you do the annotation for them, and how do you coordinate that one with the other project and analyzing. There is another portion as well, energy analysis to the HVAC systems. So that also we will be explaining and rendering with the architect. This is the major modules that we are going to cover during our program. This is our first outline. Alright. So I explained about the BIM, and I talked about now in Revit which portion we are going to cover. Here. This is Revit combo package.
Hello, sir.
Combo package.
Hi, how are you? Yes, I came to join.
Well, new batch.
Yes, new batch.
You can go inside.
This is the last class, no?
New batch, first new classes.
This one, right?
Last already we are inside new batch. What's that name?
So if this is your question and answer time, if you have any questions, you can ask with me because I finished the intro about our program. Now next to start our program. All right. Any other questions as you have it?
Navis work we will teach, right?
No. So if you ask me Navis work we're going to teach or not, no. Because Navis is what? Separated program. Yeah. Once you finish it, again you need to take a like 3-month program to learn about the Navis because Navis is a separate software, same like a Revit. Same like a Revit, you need to take a separate program to learn about the Navis.
There will be exam in the class, right?
By the end of the program, we are not going to have an exam. We will be offering the certificates, participation of certificate attested by ask them. Certification issue, you can ask them because I can't promise anything. And there is another one is there, which is a what? Revit certified certificates. That is, you have to pay $300 to the what? Revit, I mean, Autodesk company, and you need to get certified. There will be a questions, MCQ questions. You need to get them certified. And if still you want to learn that, to get certified by the Autodesk, you need to, do self-study like by learning what MCQ questions. There are so many MCQ questions you need to learn about it. Yeah, for Revit programmer.
Sorry.
You can
Revit
for the
program,
Revit.
right? So today is an introduction.
Yeah, introduction, we're almost done.
I'm so sorry. I thought it starts at 2.
2, huh?
Yeah, that's what he told me. That's why I came now.
Told us from 2 to 6.
Really?
But they already told us the group, the WhatsApp came like 1 year.
1 p.m.
But it will be every Friday from 2 to 6, from 1 p.m.
Actually, there is one batch is going on. Okay, we used to do that class from 1 to 4 or 5. If you start at 1, we finish on 5. If you start at 2, we finish on 6. In that scenario, there is one batch having a one more class to do it for next week. So anyway, parallelly, we also have to run your batch also. So we decided to do for next week your session from 3 to 6. Okay, and that batch will be from 1 to 3, and let them finish it. And the next second week of your schedule will be from what 2 to 6. But next week will be what 3 to 6 because we have to finish that batch. All right. Next week only your batch will be what 3 to 6, and then your schedule again will back to normal, which is 2 to 6. Okay. So to give you the introduction, only we call you today to what to come at 1 to 2 to give the introduction. Because why we give this introduction, to get to know what is our program. Because most of our people are confused with what the concept of what BIM, the concept of BIM. So we call as a BIM program or BIM model program. We understood that many of our students sometimes confusing. We came to learn BIM like that. Okay. We came to learn what BIM. So it is even that sales team or marketing team working as a field of what marketing, they don't have more knowledge about what to explain this. They tell that yes, yes, it's beam confirmed. Yes, yes, it's beam model. We need to give them a very clear picture once they come with what we are doing here. That's what the purpose of giving this intro session, which is to specially explain about what is BIM and where we are going to go. You were asking something. Yeah, during our class, there is a recording sessions. It's recorded. They will be uploading the videos one day. Okay. Every class there is a recording. And maybe so. This is like this is one of the sample model we will practice with our students to show you. Let me show you some of these sample models. So we were preparing this Revit model. We prepared this one. We were explaining this. This is one of our batch. We did this. Show you. I'm just showing it. Also, we do MEP services also. Maybe if I have any recent drawings, I can show you here. Right. This is the cable. I don't know. Let me open it.
There's a small pickup company here. The association.
Okay, this is the installation of what cable tray as well as what the tracking systems for MEP. They are terminals or like their terminals are there. And also there is centralized models there where you are install everything on centralized model. This is an HVAC system.
None of them would be
It will be a project oriented program. So you will be working on a project based wise. So connecting your electrical cable with the cell as well as the one. So here if there is any now see that we have there is a dark field going on. So therefore we clear the one class projections. So we drop the one.
Same view.
Like that coordination. So we sometimes utilize our cable bases. So such like drawings we will be preparing during our lecture session. And 3D models, we will be teaching you some of the 3D models like Enscape. Enscape is especially used for rendering purposes. Revit you can use the Enscape for rendering purposes. So you will be designing your Revit model, and to get a realistical view, you will be using your Enscape application. So how to use this Enscape also you will be explaining there. And other than that, there are several other tools that are there. It is a twin motion. Twin motion is one of a popular tool for rendering applications. And mostly in Doha, they using another most popular application is Lumion. You may have about the Lumion. It is also used for rendering applications. Of course, these programs you need to learn them separately. But for all of them, it require one Revit model. Okay, you are not going to do in Lumion the design. You are going to do what rendering and animation. But you need a model now where you will prepare it. That you will do it in the Revit and take it back to the work. Either to the Lumion or to the you will be exposed. Therefore, the one I am talking about either Lumion or Lumion. That is also is part of what? That is also is part of BIM. So I was introducing, you are late there. So I was introducing about what is BIM here, what is LODs, and what are the major tools used in the BIM. I was introducing this one, and the class is recorded. Just have a just listen to this is what they asked me to do today as an intro. Probably from next week onwards, we're starting our Revit program. All right. Thanks for coming. If you have any questions, you can ask with me. I can help you or advise you. Any questions you have it related to this program, or you have something you ask it today?
So, as you mentioned, the rendering part will be either union, motion,
Yeah.
etc. The brief talk to us, as it's within the BIM.
It's within the BIM, but we are not going to talk about that tool. You know what? To install a Lumion, the system requirement is 32 GB minimum RAM, and there should be a dedicated hard VT card is 8 GB, and the system should be what latest performance. So what I'm trying to tell you, there is not our scope. This is not our scope to cover in our program. There is a separate program, but they are not doing here. The Lumion program they are not doing here. But that is a separate program. You want to find some of the institution is there or not, doing or not here in Doha. But I find some institutions are doing different countries are doing. I'm not sure in Doha is there anyone else doing Lumion. So that companies only will introduce about the Lumion. But when you go to or when you go to learn about the BIM, Lumion, you need to know about what Revit. Because there you are not doing any designing. You are bringing the model into Lumion and rendering it. So there will be a pre-qualification when you do the Lumion. They will be asking you, do you have a knowledge about Revit? Have you done any models? You know it only you can do Lumion. But I'm not going to introduce you.
So we're not rendering.
Yeah. But they are giving you basic rendering, which is in the Revit program and Enscape. And it is advisable, to be honest here, advisable here. If you have a good performance laptop or something, you have yourself, bring them. Continue your work from your laptop. It is more advisable. And don't depend on their PC. One day it will be working and 1 week is not working, they will tell you go to that PC. Then there will be a problem in struggling. But if you have your personal PC, bring it. Okay. There has an option, but you have to adjust your situations.
So if we are going to bring our laptop here, how are we going to get the storage?
Revit software. Yeah, the other software is there. They can help you in installation wise. They have a software to install. All right.
The videos that are going to be recorded.
There is in the WhatsApp group, they always have a LMS portal. So they will be given one LMS link for you, and in that always they upload the video. So if they have a class is Friday, Saturday there will be video on the LMS portal. So the previous pages going as I know. Okay. Anyway, we did not introduce yourself. Let us have a small introduction about yourself. And plus another trainer also will be here in our class. So he will be handling. Maybe I also will be there. He also will be there. Time to time, he'll be there. But anyway, I just give you a small introduction about the program. Don't worry about it. Okay. And give you a small introduction, your names and where you're from and your background. That will help us to teach you in that discipline area. All right. So let's start from here.
Yeah. My name is Guru. I'm from India, Gujarat. I am doing here mechanical drafting.
Mechanical drafting. So that will be good for you. Yeah. Good idea. Yes. Yes, madam.
My name is Yara. I'm from India.
You're already now. So Inshallah, you'll be having a lot of questions. Sure. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Radhila.
Yeah, I
I'm
got
from India.
I guess.
Architecture. So you are in the field of architecture. So, so in these fields, have you ever used these applications in architect?
Yes.
Have you ever used this application earlier?
That's right.
You also not.
If you want to pay third party,
Because
I suggest
But I noticed that many of the architect people who are working architect, they are always familiar with the SketchUp. Have you ever used the SketchUp?
Google Sketchup.
Google SketchUp. Yeah, most popular architects are using Google SketchUp. It's easy. And it's a freehand tool. It's easy. You never use that. Okay. What about you, sir?
From India, Hyderabad.
You also architect craftsman. So you're currently working somewhere now.
Yeah, outsourcing.
Nice.
Yeah. Then we just.
There are so many architects in Chennai.
Me, I just follow.
All the companies.
Yeah.
We need to add an additional.
I know that I graduated, you know, then to all our
Yeah.
drawings with.
Normally these are not teaching, yeah, but like I think was
In interior design programs, too, they are teaching about freehand drawings,
maybe
sketch drawings, you know.
Yeah, most of our work was, you know, taking drawings. We
Perspective drawing. 3D perspective drawing. Yes, sir.
I'm from India. I'm a 3D visualizer.
You are
3D visualizer.
3D visualizer. So you must know about 3D Max or this program. Sir. Have you ever used any program or program? That's time you're going to do it. That will be wonderful. Don't worry. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
So I am Kent, and I'm from and those are
Those are. So there are a lot of architects there. Anyway, I welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. And inshallah, from next week onwards, we will be starting our program with architecture as well as the. So since I understood most of you are architects and people are there, we'll be considering the more portions as well as we'll consider. Okay. Hi, thank you very much for joining. See you on the next class.
When I support the all the MEP circles are done. They will